This is a story I'm sure a lot of you have been anticipating. I kind of alluded to the fact that I would tell this story eventually when the timing was right. If you don't remember, a couple months ago, I had to move into a temporary apartment, and I told you guys there was something scary going on that I would talk about at a later date. Didn't really want to talk about it at that time because things were still going on. And I'm very aware that posting this video could trigger things to happen yet again, and I'm fully prepared for that. I don't care. The reason I had to move into this temporary apartment and that I am now in my new apartment is because I have a stalker, and it's so much fun. I love it so much. But in all honesty, when it first started, it was probably the scariest thing that has actually ever happened to me. I can't even describe to you the fear that I felt with the first email that I received that had my full address in it. I'm talking apartment number and everything. So obviously, I never went back to that apartment once I got the first email, and I'm gonna go through, I have like a little timeline of things written down. I never went back to that apartment, obviously, after that first email, and I got put into the temporary unit. I'm now in my new apartment. I was moving anyways, so it honestly kind of worked out, but it was still terrifying nonetheless, and so we're just gonna get into this whole whatever happened. But this is insane. It's been months since I've heard from this man, so I feel comfortable talking about it right now. I'm also I'm not scared of you. I'm not. All of this started as weird DMs on Instagram, just messages I would get from him that were like, please respond to me, I love you. Honestly, I don't even remember. I don't have any of these screenshotted, but I have everything else screenshotted and saved in a folder. And so do the police. Just wanted to throw that out there now in case he's watching this. Just get that out of the way. The cops are involved. Started out as weird DMs, the huge. You know, I get weird DMs fairly often from men, and I don't really think twice about them a majority of the time. I'm not one to really block people. I don't care if it's in my hidden requests. I just don't have to look at it again. And a lot of the time, I do feel like blocking someone only makes them want to continue reaching out more, and that's kind of exactly what happened. And I don't want you guys to be fearful of blocking someone. If somebody is harassing you, you should never be afraid. Protect your peace in any way that you can, and that's exactly what I did. And unfortunately, it backfired on me. So again, it just started as the weird DMs, but then I went to my messages one day. For some reason, didn't recognize the name. I think he had made a new account, but after this, I did recognize the name. He had sent me nudes, his own nudes. And so I didn't know obviously what the photo was gonna be, because on Instagram it says press to unblur or whatever the fuck. And so I did, and I saw it, and I immediately clicked out of the messages. I reported him and I blocked him. I don't receive stuff like that ever, and if I do, I never see it. And that was disgusting on so many levels. I just can't even describe to you the disgust that I felt in that moment. I felt so violated. And it only continues to get worse. So I blocked him. Again, it takes a lot for me to block somebody. I reported his Instagram, and it's insane because I tell Instagram this man is sending me unsolicited pictures, and they don't ban him. I think that's nuts. Instagram's report system is so flawed. So after I blocked him, he continued to make new accounts and would DM me through those, saying things like, why did you block me? Or then would completely ignore the fact that I blocked him and send me more shit. And Nara's moving my tripod. I'm sorry. Nara's wanting to spend time with me right now, and I can't stop him. I never responded to this man. I still, to this day, have never responded to this man. If anything, this is my first response. And I remember this so vividly. I was going to a Taylor Swift dance party one night with my friends, and I had gone with my sister and my friend to our other friend's house. We were gonna pregame there, then go to the Taylor Swift night, and I checked my email. I check my email fairly often, and so this wasn't an unusual thing, and I saw the very first email, and it had my full address in it, apartment number, and basically he was threatening to come and see me. And he was also threatening to post my address publicly because I have a lot of thirsty men basically who would want to do with me. So threatening to get me essayed, essentially. As soon as I read the email, I had a full breakdown because that's a really scary thing to receive on a random night. I called my dad and my dad didn't answer. I didn't really know what else to do. I was like having a panic attack. Before I called my dad, I had called my friend Kayla, who told me to call my dad and then to call the police. And so I called my dad, and my dad said that he would talk to one of his friends, because my dad, this is something I would love for you to know if you're watching this video, Mr. Stalker. My dad is very well connected. Hate to say it, I hate that because I just think that's like an insane thing to say. My dad knows a lot of people, and my dad has a friend who's a detective, and he was involved from that moment forward. I'm pretty sure I received multiple emails that night, and then that would continue on for the next couple of weeks. And in every email, he made sure to include my full address so that I just knew that he had it, like I would forget. When I called my dad that night, he said, "I'm coming to get you, do not move." And I told him, "I'm not home, I'm fine, I'm safe where I am right now." And I did not go home ever again. So I had to leave my cats, which I did obviously went and checked on them every single day, but that terrified me. I didn't know anything about this man. I didn't know if he had any actual plan to come and see me. I don't know. And so leaving my cats was terrifying, but I stayed with my friend in her Airbnb that she was staying in for like a month because she wanted to test out living in Arizona before she moved here. Felt so bad like taking up her space. It was such a small little studio, but she was so kind and offered me her couch for however long I needed. And I would have to take somebody with me every single day, my dad's request, to go check on my cats. I was not allowed in my apartment by myself. I had to start packing up all of my stuff. And this is where it's like, this is just more inconvenient than anything else. This is like this is not that important. But I was supposed to move into my new apartment, the one that I'm sitting in right now, like a couple days later. And so I thought, oh, like, this is perfect because I get to move into my new apartment. It's fine. Like, he won't be able to find me. And that this apartment had something wrong with it. There was a leak because there was a storm, and then they came in to clean and there was a leak in the roof, and so they had to fix it, and they were like, "We can't move you in for like a month." And I was like, oh, that can't happen. And so I explained the entire situation, and they were so kind and so gracious and so understanding and put me in their model unit until my unit was ready, which was like above and beyond what I expected them to do. But they were like, I mean, seriously, this apartment complex has been a godsend to me. So I move into my temporary unit. I still leave a majority of my stuff back at my old apartment, so I'm still having to go there like every once in a while, but again, I would never go by myself, and nothing ever happened. Like, nothing sketchy was ever going on, and I even alerted my old apartment like of what was going on, sent them his photo because his photos are on Instagram. He has like a public Instagram account and has posted his face. I'm like, do you think for a fucking second? Like, I'm sorry. Anyways, the emails proceeded to continue, and at a certain point, this is something I really wanted to talk about, but also debated talking about. He sent me an email and also sent me an Instagram DM on a new account with an AI nude that he had made of me. And this is something I think is so important to talk about because this is happening to so many people, and it is so violating and so disgusting and so beyond me that somebody could take a photo that I've posted of myself and create something out of that and threaten me with it. It's crazy that we have access to this technology. This is not normal, and this is not okay. I ignored it and I didn't respond to it. I thought, if he does post this, honestly, I don't care. It's not real. It doesn't look real. It's a photo taken from my Instagram account. Any person with a brain can, one, tell that it's fake because the boobs were very blurred. But I just thought to myself, this is not worth responding to. And now I have an actual threat made against me with AI porn. And so this is taking this to a whole nother level. And so I got that and I immediately deleted it because it freaked me the fuck out. It's like weird to see yourself like that. It's really uncomfortable, if I'm being completely honest. Immediately deleted it, blocked him. I had it in my email too, so I still have that. And yeah, I just think like you have to be, I don't even know, like so careful with, I guess, the things that you're posting, because clearly it can be turned into something that it's not so easily. I don't know. It's really scary. It's really scary, and it shouldn't have to be on us to like be careful about what we post so that this stuff isn't made, but at the same time, like anybody has access to this. So it is really scary. And this is actually something that just happened a couple days ago, not to do with Mr. Stalker, but it has to do with a DM that I received, and I don't know if this is anything, and I don't know if it was like a scam message on Instagram or if it was real. I still am not really sure, but the username of the account that this person had sent me matches the name that my stalker would use. So anyways, I received a DM on Instagram that said, hey, this person is using your pictures inappropriately. I thought you should know. And they had sent me a post, and it said the post was unavailable, and then they had sent me the user, and it said the user was unavailable. And so I didn't know if they had blocked me or if the account had got taken down. And so I had my friend check, I had my sister check, and the account's gone. So I don't know if he made an Instagram account and was posting these fake nudes. I have no idea. To my knowledge, I don't know if they were ever posted. Again, I don't really care, and I don't really want you guys going to look and see if you can find them, because I'd rather not know. But at the same time, again, I know they're not real, so it doesn't really affect me too much. That's why I'm talking about it, because I know that there are going to be people who are going to go and try to find them. They're not real. That's all I can really say about that. And if you ever see images of me online, this is something I also wanted to say. If you ever see images of me online that are nude, they're not real. I don't take those pictures. I don't do OnlyFans. I don't do anything like that. I don't even take nudes for my boyfriend. Like I have nothing out there in the world that could potentially even be real. Like, so I'm just letting you know that now. If you ever see anything like that, please send it to me. I know I just said I don't want to know, but if there's like an Instagram account, let me know. Report it, but maybe, yeah, let me know, because then I have more proof, and honestly, that's probably better for me in the long run. But I did want to touch on that a little bit. It's really hard for me to touch on it because it is slightly embarrassing. I know it shouldn't be, but there is a part of me that's slightly embarrassed that that exists, because again, it's not real. And if I was publicly posting these things, and if I wanted to do OnlyFans and wanted to do that for myself, that's completely different. I'm all for that. But it's like when somebody violates you to this extent, it's just a completely different feeling. I don't know. Moving on from that, he then emails me and is like signing me up for random websites. Like he signed me up for Epic Chat and was like, I made you an account on Epic Chat. Do you want the password? You have to talk to me and dance for me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. So I've never responded to him, whatever. And then signed me up for OnlyFans, of course. And I actually checked to make sure that like there wasn't an OnlyFans where like my images were being posted. Also asked me to dance for him on Skype, or he was gonna post this stuff, like just like constant threats of like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna do this. If you don't talk to me, I'm gonna do this. But reveals, the reason I'm trying to get back at you is because you banned me from your streams for no reason. I haven't streamed on Twitch in years, and I have not streamed consistently since I lived in Texas. So that's confusing to me. It's been years of this and you're still holding this grudge. There's something wrong with you. And also, like I said earlier, I don't block people for no reason. I never banned anyone from my stream for no reason. It actually took a lot for me to ban someone. Even my mods knew, like, I can handle a lot. I don't mind if somebody comes into my stream and is trolling me for a little bit, and I will tell you when I've had enough, and then we can ban them. If they start saying things that are sexist, racist, homophobic, anything of the sort, they're gone. You did not get banned for no reason, I can guarantee you that. And to hold this grudge years later because I banned you from my stream is wild. But no normal person does any of this, so it's not shocking. He's also asking me to send him real nudes, or he's gonna post my fake nudes, as if that makes sense. If you're already threatening me with AI porn you've made of myself, what sense does it make for me to send you real photos of myself? So what, that you can threaten to post those if I don't continue talking to you? Like, use your brain, maybe. I haven't heard from him in a couple of months, and like I said in the beginning of this video, part of me expects this to trigger something in his brain and for him to reach out again, and I'm totally fine with that. I can handle it. I'm not worried in the slightest. Police are involved. They've been involved since the start. I've got this, and I'm finally feeling okay to talk about it because it's been months of no contact. I think maybe he realized I moved and he can't find my address, so he gave up. I don't really know. Or I wasn't responding and he was like, well, fuck. Because again, not once have I responded to this man. I just keep documents of everything. I wish I could tell you the amount of times this man sent me my own address. Every email. It didn't matter what it was about, but it was like, by the way, I still have this. And it was, I mean, honestly, like, yeah, like I said in the beginning, it was horrifying. I couldn't even go back to my own home. I felt so unsafe. And at this point, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel safe. I feel very comfortable. My building is very secure. I feel really good with where I'm at mentally and everything. And so I finally decided that I wanted to share this with you guys and talk about it because I know, my camera stopped recording. I know I scared a lot of you when I made that video saying that there was something scary going on and I couldn't talk about it and that I had to like move into a temporary place, whatever. I know I probably freaked a lot of you out, and at that time I was incredibly freaked out and didn't really know how to approach anything that I was saying, and there probably was a better way I could have, talked about it, but it's fine. I'm finally telling you what's been going on. I'm finally revealing the story to you, and yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I don't think I missed any details. I guess I'll keep you updated if he reaches out, but again, I just don't know, and I don't really care, so. But that's all I have for now. I hope you enjoyed. I didn't. Stay safe out there on the internet, folks, because you never know who's watching and you never know who's gonna pop up out of nowhere and you never know who's gonna send you your full fucking address, so yeah. But I love you guys so much. I, again, am safe and I'm very happy and I'm doing well, and I hope the same for all of you. I love you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.